Okay, in problem number 8, this problem is a little bit different. It says I had some pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters in my pocket. When I reached in and pulled out some change, I had less than 10 coins whose value was 42 cents. What are all the possibilities for the coins that I had in my hand? All right, so I think for this one we're definitely going to need to make a table, and what we want to hold constant then is the 42 cents with less than 10 coins. Alright, for this one I'm going to set up a table, and there are different ways of doing this. I think we saw some in class. Different students had different either tables or organized lists that they were using to solve this problem. Any of those are fine. The main thing that I would suggest in this problem is that we start with the largest valued coins, that is, in this case, the quarters. So I would ask, what's the most number of quarters that I can use? And the answer would be just 1. So that already gives me 25 cents, which leaves me 17 cents. Now if I have 1 quarter with 17 cents left over, I can at most have 1 dime. And that would give me a total of 35 cents, so I need 7 cents left. So 7 cents I could do it either as 1 nickel and 2 pennies, and that would give me a total of 5 coins for 42 cents. Now there's one other way that I could do this. Instead of using a nickel and 2 pennies, I could have 7 pennies. And that would give me 9 coins, which is still acceptable. It has to be less than 10, and a total of 42 cents. But there are no other ways that I can do this with 1 quarter. So I'm going to draw a line through that. Now, the only other ways that I can do this is with less than a quarter, which would be 0 quarters, I should say. And I could start off with the most number of dimes, and that would be 4, which would be 40 cents, so I could have no nickels but 2 pennies, which would give me a total of 7 coins and 42 cents again. At 4 dimes, that's all that I can do with 0 quarters and 4 dimes. Then I can try 0 quarters and 3 dimes, which would be 30 cents. At this point I could use 2 nickels and 2 pennies, which would give me a total of 7 coins and 42 cents. I might be able to use 3 dimes, 1 nickel, and 7 pennies, but I believe that is going to give me a total number of coins greater than 10, so I can't do that, or greater than 9, and I can't do that. And so even though that would give me 42 cents, it would be with 11 coins, and that's not acceptable. So I'm going to erase that line and go on. So I think then that's the only way I can do this with 3 dimes, while maintaining less than 10 coins and 42 cents. So next thing I would do is try this with 2 dimes. Since that's 20 cents, I could use 4 nickels for another 20 cents and 2 pennies. And that would give me 8 coins, which is still acceptable, and a total of 42 cents. But at this point, if I tried to go down to 3 nickels and increase to 7 pennies, I'm going to again have too many coins. Next, if I was going to try to use 0 quarters and 1 dime, which would be 10 cents, I would need another 30 cents, which would be 6 nickels and 2 pennies left over. And so that does keep me under the 10 limit. So I have 9 coins and a total of 42 cents. Right? So I think that that's all that can happen, because if I took 1 less nickel and added 5 more pennies, I'm going to be over the amount that I needed. So there were 2 ways of doing 1 quarter and 1 dime that were acceptable. There was only 1 way of doing 4 dimes and 2 pennies. There was only 1 way of doing 3 dimes, and that would be 3 dimes, 2 nickels, and 2 pennies. There was only 1 way of doing 2 dimes with 4 nickels, 2 pennies, and 1 way of doing 1 dime with 6 nickels and 2 pennies. So I believe that the final answer is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ways.